Hi guys, it's Miss Arneson, and this is a video to help you with your short answer questions for your, oh dang, I'm trying to move the screen really quick, hold on. For Science 242. And this test is going to have a lot more short answer questions than the other ones have had, just so you guys know. So usually there's about 20 multiple choice and then there's 2 short answers. And in this class, there's going to be 4 short answer questions and only 10 multiple choice. So you really want to prepare for the short answer because it's going to be a bigger chunk of your grade. So here's what I suggest you do. Use the work that you've already turned in and completed and gotten feedback on. If I was like, this is a good example, but you need to explain it better or whatever, you already know how to write a really good test answer because you've basically already practiced. So get out those assignments that you've already finished. Look at your notes that you've taken in this class. If you want to, you can go through your Edpuzzle questions as well and kind of review those things as we're going through each question because it'll help you write a better answer. My other suggestion is that you write down as you're watching this video, pause through it and write down the things that you want to put on the test because I'm basically going to tell you exactly how to write your paragraph to get full credit. So if you just practice right now on your rough draft, then you can rewrite and type in the test itself for your final draft and get all the points. So let's go ahead and start with question number 1. Describe the Anthropocene and give 3 examples of interruptions caused by humans. So I'm not going to tell you what the Anthropocene is right now, but basically what you need to do is look mostly in lesson 1. You can probably find the answer. You can also look at lesson 4 and lesson 2 if you need more information. But for this answer, you're going to need to define the Anthropocene. So you do have that in an assignment, so just find that. Then you're going to need to give 3 specific examples of the interruptions caused by humans. And I've listed some right here. There are many more examples. These are just the ones that came to my mind. But you could talk about the carbon cycle, how that's been interrupted by things like rainforest fossil fuels. You could talk about decreasing albedo, if you remember what that is. If not, it's really easy to look up. And then you can also talk about how humans have changed the physical look and a lot of functions of the Earth itself, like the hydrosphere, or when we are pumping things into the atmosphere, we change that too. So you could talk about that. And another example that I just came up with, because I like talking about it, is modern agriculture. So basically, if you stop right now and you look up the Anthropocene, get a sentence on that, and then you give 3 specific examples, talk about what they mean, then you will get full points on this question. All right, question number 2. What is the relationship between climate and latitude? So this is something that I would also teach you if I was a geography teacher, but a lot of kids still have difficulty with this. I don't think you will because I've read your guys' answers to the questions in this lesson, which was lesson 3, and it seems like you guys really get it. So this one's kind of like an easy way to rack up some points. So basically, to answer this question, you need to answer what is latitude, what is climate, and then you're going to describe the relationship. The relationship is that the distance from the equator determines the general temperature of an area. I just made a little note. There's other factors too, like, for example, if you're near a body of water, it's going to be a lot different than if you're landlocked, like in Las Cruces. But for the most part, temperature will increase the closer you are to the equator. So you just need to talk about that in this question. Question number 3 is to describe and give specific details about 3 myths regarding climate change that persist in popular culture. So persist in popular culture means that most people believe it, and I want you to talk about some of those myths. This was in lesson 4 where we talked about the myths, and so you can pick 3 of them, name the myth, describe what it means, and then include an example of how that myth persists in culture. There's a lot of examples in the video that I made for this lesson, so that's where I would look to help me make my answer here, unless you just remember the myths because you were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe people believe that, but a lot of people believe it, so. And then the last question, describe at least 3 ways that human organizations can address climate change and keep their pledges to the Paris Agreement. So I said human organizations because remember, one of the myths about climate change is that individual people can solve this, and it's really going to have to be governments that do it. So I want you to look at lesson 4 and lesson 5, and honestly, really any lesson in this unit or most of the units in this whole class, Earth and Space Science, would help you with this. And you're going to choose 3 ways that you think it's most important to address climate change. But I don't want you to just say the way it is. I want you to describe it. Is it a policy? Is it an effort at culture change? And describe how it would look if it was put in place. So this is, I think, the hardest thing for people that are dealing with climate change is that we know that it's a big problem, but we don't know how to solve it. And so one of the things I want you to take away from this class is that we actually do know how to solve it. We just haven't done it yet. And so I want you to have some positive ways to think about the future and know some things that you think are going to be important in us solving this problem so that we can all stay living here happily on Earth and enjoy our quality of life. Okay, guys, if you want to send me any questions, remember you can always text me or email me or send me a message on the Google Classroom itself. I hope you have a beautiful day, and remember to do your preparation so that you can do really well on the final because it's 20% of your grade. Have a great day.